Hi, boys and girls, and happy Friday. Yesterday, you had a little bit of a review of order of operations, which is, remember, the order in which we solve an equation or an expression. We're going to look a little bit deeper in that today using, as you can see, I'm on Ed here, the reteach, write, and evaluate numerical expressions for situations. So let's look at some of the notes that it gives us. A numerical expression is an expression that contains only numbers and operations. The parts of an expression that are added or subtracted are called terms. For example, 3 plus 5 has two terms, 3 plus 5, while 5 times 3 has one term. To evaluate means to find the value of an expression. To find the value of numerical expression, use order of operations. So it reminds us here what the order of operations is. 1, parentheses. Then we look at exponents. Then we multiply or divide left to right. And then we add or subtract from left to right. That's our order. Remember PEMDAS? P-E-M-D-A-S. PEMDAS. So now it says, explore the steps to write and evaluate a numerical expression for the situation. In a robotics competition, Marley scored a 4 on each of the first 4 rounds. In each of the next 5 rounds, Marley scored a 3. In the final round, Marley scored a 2. Write an expression for the total score. What was Marley's total score? So the first step we're going to do is write the expression for the first 4 rounds. So Marley scored a 4 in each of the first 4 rounds. So 4 in 4 rounds would be 4 times 4. The next 5 rounds, he scored a 3. So I'm going to do 5 times 3 for those next 5 rounds. Combine the expressions and include the last round. Well, the last round he scored a 2. That's where this 2 comes from. And then we're combining what we did above. So 4 squared is here. 5 times 3 gets put into my expression. And the last round is just the 2. Perform operations inside the parentheses first. So 5 times 3 is 15. So that's why 5 times 3 becomes a 15. The next thing we do is look at the exponent. Well, 4 to the second power, I know is 4 times 4. 4 2 times, right? And I know that that equals 16. So that is where the 16 comes from. 16 plus 15 plus 2 is all addition. So there's no multiplication and no more division left. And I can just add from left to right. 16 plus 15 is 31, plus 2 is 33. So his total score is 33. Now let's do one that we can do together. From Sunday to Tuesday, Sasha runs 3 miles each day. Let's also figure out Sunday to Tuesday is how many days? Well, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday is 3 days. So maybe I can add that in. So from these 3 days, she runs 3 miles a day. From Wednesday to Friday, she runs 4 miles each day. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is another 3 days that she's running 4 miles each. And then she runs 9 miles on Saturday. So that's just one day. Write an expression that can be used to find the number of miles that she runs for the week. So Sunday to Tuesday is how many days? 3 days and 3 miles each. So I should multiply 3 times 3, which is the same thing as 3 2 times. Awesome. Now let's write an expression for Wednesday to Friday. Well, that was 3 days, and she's running 4 miles. 3 days, 4 miles each. So again, I'm going to have to multiply 3 times 4. Awesome. Now combine the expression and include Saturday. So combining, I'm going to need to take my 3 squared. I'm going to need to take my 3 times 4. And on Saturday, she ran 9 miles. So I need to add in my 9. Let's see. Awesome. So now let's solve it. Perform operations inside of the parentheses. So as you can see, they rewrote 3 squared equals 3 squared. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to do the 3 times 4 in the parentheses, which I know is 12. Let's check it. Awesome. So now I have 3 squared plus 12 plus 9 that they rewrote right here. The next thing I need to do is the exponents. 3 squared. So I know that my factor is 3, and since my exponent is 2, I'm multiplying the number 3 2 times. 3 times 3 is 9. So that's the only part I'm simplifying. And now I'm left with 9 plus 12 plus 9. And it says, let's just add them from left to right. So 9 plus 12 is 21, plus another 9 is 30. So Sasha runs 30 miles for the week. Okay, let's get rid of the writing. Now I want to show you what you're going to do on your own. Using Ed, you are going to complete the reteach, but the do the math. So if you click start, you'll see that you have 8 problems to do. So for example, it might not ask you to solve. You need to read what the question is asking you. Write the number of terms. We may always go back and look at our notes and remind ourselves what terms were. For example, 3 plus 5 has 2 terms, while 3 times 5 has 1 term. So remember the notes that we've gone over. Number 2, again, ask for the number of terms. Write the correct answer in the box. Number 3 is also asking, write the number of terms. It's not asking you to solve it. So don't solve this and put the answer in. It wants the number of terms. And remember, if you need help, you can always click on a hint and it will tell you a hint. The parts of an expression that are added or subtracted are called terms. Another hint. When 2 numbers are multiplied or divided, they are only 1 term. So remember this. 4 says evaluate. So here you are going to solve using order of operations or PEMDAS. Number 5 also asks you evaluate. So you're going to go through and solve. Number 6, evaluate the expression. Same thing. Evaluate this expression using PEMDAS. And lastly, number 8 is a word problem. So you're going to need to write out the expression similar to how I did in one of the example problems. Okay, if you need any help, comment on Google Classroom and I will be happy to help.